twin babies. I can already I can already see it now. I'm like envisioning it and I'm hearing it. Dumbass YouTubers, like really, really irrelevant ones. The majority of these irrelevant people, I don't even want to call them YouTubers, think way, way more highly of themselves than they even have a right to. But hey, have a party. It's their own delusion. And it's just the little subtle things that they pick up on. Oh, what's up? Hey, man, Mr. President, Sir Justo, Mr. Actions Not Distractions. Good to see you, brother. Good to see you. I don't know if you saw the last live. We do have that whole open, anybody that's interested, rotation for a third host, and we want to go through a few people. If you're comfortable, brother, you're amongst the list. What's up, Shay? Dude, Steve, the quiet leader, C-Files, bro, C-Files, you're already in, okay? That, like, you have gotten the furthest thus far in the conversation. Uh, Shade Dark, damn, and I could say the quiet leader, you already established, like, your presence. You were very comfortable, and we all vibed out. So that's good. I'm gonna keep that in the back. Shade darker. I think with you, let's see. Like you always been chill. I don't know. I think you and I would have to have like a talk before we brought you up. Shit, man, I'm excited because this is something that's so open. And here's the idea I'm pitching to Josh. Right? I said, what do you think of pretty much doing like just like literal a live tryouts kind of thing? So everybody will get up there, let's say maybe 10 minutes of talking about a topic, so on and so forth. And then there's a whole other way to do this, which is the way that would probably take more work. But I like the organic sound of this. I like that my ex-girlfriend from Canada wants to make believers out of us when it comes to like tarot cards, and she knows how skeptical we are, yada yada. This is going to be a rant of plans and things to come, by the way. So if you're already interested, a lot more than a few of you have reached out. You already know. Let it be known in the comments after the live right now. Okay, appreciated. Um, yeah, mostly in the comments, the engagement and all that, the stupid things that help if you're really serious about a YouTube channel. And my sincerity, my seriousness is for that damn show. And it's so nice to have access to the analytics. It's amazing to see all the crazy countries that watch. That's what I love about analytics. And the age demographic is so all over the place. The Progressive Patriot channel, I'm pretty much reserved for boomers, and like the oldest is like 25. I'll vibe with that, but damn, there's a lot of boomers around Skier. But nonetheless, here's what I'd like to ask everybody on a serious note. You can talk about tarot cards, bro? Shit. Okay, hey. Everything is kind of up in the air, and I'm looking forward to see where the chips fall. So here's what the live stream, the real purpose, the intention here is when it comes to concepts, and here's a few examples. All right, I've always been the guy that would tell Josh, like, here's a few concepts I'd like to, because there's topics where you have to like essentially use a docket. You hit a list, and these are all the things that happened throughout the past few days, the week, or the day of, and we try. Usually, this is the most challenging thing for anybody that's utilizing YouTube or the platforms in a way where you're trying to be on the most freshest thing, keeping your finger on the pulse, so to speak. That is a challenge because things change so much. We were discussing different strategies to, find what is being spoken about the most. And the concept thing is, and here's the stuff that's going to get me personally canceled, and I don't give a shit. I'm literally thinking of, here's an easy one. We did have a stuck in the middle of conspiracy theories where we had a Holocaust denying white supremacist idiot come into our very own studio where we almost got into a physical altercation. I made him look like an ass. He had I think I've told this story a lot. now that I have access to the archives, we had to private a bunch of old episodes, and for the sake of space, we had to delete some, which is a damn shame. Like, Stuck in the Middle episode 1 is gone. But that episode where this guy was there, he ended up getting drunk and belligerent and said all the dumb things. Maybe it's for the best that it's gone, but here's what I've repeated numerous times. His biggest evidence to prove to me that the Holocaust didn't happen was looking at a fresh picture, which at the time was like, what, 2018, and saying, hey, look at the cracks in the window of this portion of the concentration camp. And I'm like, that picture was taken like 60 days ago, according to the website. He's like, yeah. Like, are you aware of rots and how stone or whatever breaks and all that? His point was, how would they suffocate or get gassed if these cracks were there? I'm like, moron. Do you not understand what time does to establishments? I'm dead serious. That is what got him. I don't remember this dude's name. Blonde hair, buzz cut, blue eyes, a drunk. I'm gonna look through those archives and see if I can repost that and share it right here. So, all right. So concepts. We had a big debate with Lori, Global News Network, and a friend of hers that kind of let her down. Oh shit, my homeboy. Okay, I got a panel I'll be hopping on after this. We had a me and Josh versus two people regarding the Earth being flat and the proof of the demons, I think. So these are concepts, all right? Shit, I'm sorry. Thank you for the StreamYard link. So then there's topics where, this is where I'm turning to you guys. Okay, what's up, Stephen A? What are you choosing? So I'm asking each of you individually. All right, you don't have to think about anything too deeply. It's if I'm asking you right now, let's say Stuck in the Middle is going to go live this Tuesday, which is the intention. What happens after this question can and may just impact the show. What would you specifically like to see spoken about? Please, please. I'm going to look at the chat now, and I'm going to take it seriously. We can go the troll route. That's always a thing, but here's one from somebody. Sometimes some people are weird about having their names repeated and some people aren't, but I had a gentleman tell me he would like us to speak about China and the U.S. regarding the tariffs and China refusing to sell us certain rare minerals. So there's one that was floated our way. What do you got here? All right, they are here already. Who's they? Which ones? I'm so lost. All right. Been a hell of a ride. Amen. Underground. What did I miss? Please. I am asking you. I would never be a good. Okay. All right. Quality guest. Amen to that. Shade darker. Oh, travel safe, Seafowls. Thank you, quiet leader. We all need to bless Seafowls. This was my Buddhism bit. I talked about being a hardcore Buddhist. Got some lulls. Nama-myoho Renge-kyo. Nam-myoho Renge-kyo. That was something that you learned to chant. I bought $60 beads, man, and lost them like 20 years later. So, back to topics. What do you guys think? Let's say aliens. Aliens. You know what? Like, I know we have brought up the concept or a story or like a clip, but we haven't had like a Stuck in the Middle episode. That's not a bad idea. I want to like write it down. Van Wilder, write that down. Write that down. Okay, I'm gonna either remember it or I'm just gonna type it on the computer. So aliens, like a thorough breakdown, the earliest reports from a civilian and a government official. That's a great idea. See, simple stuff. Yo, what's up, Stiff Sinner? It's good to have you, man. It's good to see you. I hope your meat ain't loafing too hard. I pinched one off. No, I didn't pinch a loaf off recently, but today I sure did. But right now, let me reestablish topics. I know between Josh and I, we do this like pretty easily. Well, we'll find, first off, we'll end up with like maybe 50 different things, and then we'll kind of customly pick which ones we're gonna bite into the most. But I really, I'm the guy of engagement. I love engaging with the people the most, even from day one. I would be the one reading the chat and so on and so forth. So I like aliens, the fact that we've never had a special episode. Like we had a special episode about conspiracies. That was a doozy. That was one of the most intense arguments Josh and I had ever had. And it was regarding 9/11. And I wish I could remember. This is gonna be another one that I look for in the archives. The conspiracy episode with the Aryan guy who I made look like a chode. And then Josh and I got into a heated debate over 9/11. How proud? Yeah, I'm super proud. I'm not quite a proud boy, but I'm a proud fella. And I'm proud that I made that Aryan asshole look like an asshole. Okay, Trump just departed Lumpur, he's going to Japan. I would love to be in Japan. That is a bucket list thing for me. The fact that the I don't know how to read that word. Paracas? Morocco's modern life. People from Peru mated with non-human. Holy geez, whoa! I I know that what's the Sumerian town. See, now I know a little bit about Sumerian shit. I'm gonna tell myself and look like a geek, a dumbass person that has a lot of bad karma coming his way. Got me into D&D way back and educated me about the Sumerian people, and then I did my like actual homework to make a character, and I ended up calling him the necromantic priest. Is cringe. All right, Paracas. Okay, aliens. Paracas, not Morocco's, not Rocco's Modern Life, which rocks. Cephals, who cares? Who would offend? Nobody cares. What do you guys think about? Like, there's no good way to paint this. Stuck in the middle of like, we can't put race, right? But I want to have a conversation. So this is going to happen one way or another, where we talk about statistics, no matter how they make anybody look, white, black, Asian, brown, whatever, purple, blah blah blah. Michael Jackson. I want to just have a conversation about crime and race. Period. Ooh, here's something. But I feel like this is so oversaturated. Serial killers? There was one video. It depends on the source of what, like which topic, Jopanya. Are you one of the Porokins, man? Um, there was a video that I watched that kind of it hit my gut, like it kind of creeped me out, and as a result, I shared it in the Stuck chat. But I told Josh, like, this is like a reserve, just in case. I said we don't ever, I don't want to feel like we have to just talk about politics. So there's a creepy body cam. It's a bunch of body cams, and it tells the story of this deranged guy with a very small blade removing the head of another fella. And it's brutal. The story's brutal. The evidence overwhelmingly doesn't suggest. It's a fact. The only thing we don't have is a camera. The dude started playing soccer with this dude's head. And the interrogation, the cops' reactions to the crime scene, the dude that did the deed, like how disconnected he is. It's rare when I feel like I'm creeped out to any degree, and this had that vibe. So I'm thinking, what if we tried to break this one down on Stuck in the Middle? So, just flirting with the ideas here. The group on YouTube is a pit of hell, bro. Yeah, true crime is a pit of hell. Crack Squad is a pit of hell. I am trying so hard. Feel free to let me know. I know we have a variety of people that come here for different reasons. Would people watch like me on this channel? It's Stuck in the Middle is the priority, but here on the PP channel, not no relation to R. Kelly or Diddy, would you guys watch me kind of roast Ryan Upchurch again, or are we collectively tired of it? Because I haven't been going out of my way to watch anything. I heard the Four Sisters Sissies podcast has returned 23 hours ago, and it looks like they're deleting every single negative comment. I'm They got a lot of subs during their absence. I want to see their false sense of inflated ego. I don't know. I think you come here for sin. Rolling heads. Oh man, literally, dude. I don't know. How do you guys feel about me, like, doing a StreamYard, playing clips of All Local Church and the Four Sisters? I could care less if they make content out of me. I don't know. Any general feelings? I'm collectively tired of it all. You see, Steven, hey, brother, we are actually very like-minded here. That's why I kind of I ask this question to those of you because I can trust all of you to feel almost the same as I do. I too am tired of it. Like that lane, that portion of the algorithm, those same names, the same characters, the same bullshit. It is really just the same bullshit that just seems to carry on. It is like Highlander, only if it was mixed with the Toxic Avenger and Meth Babies. It is just that putrid. It is just a recycling and a rehashing of a bunch of dumbasses and a community that is falling apart. It's just tempting because it's easy. It's low hanging fruit. It's like, it's reaching way down and punching. Sometimes that's fun. Sometimes I love that I see that it can get a laugh out of others, and if I can do that, if people like enjoy it for the sake of comedy, then I'm happy to do that. But the other side of the coin is, how worth it is it? How invested do I feel? Like, I know I don't like that Jordan fella in the Four Sissies and everything else, though. I'm pretty much like, I'm tired of Dagmo bit. I don't even want to say his name. Like, I feel cringe as fuck. Ryan Churches, you can always count on him for just some dumb shit. And I think at this point, I just feel very sad. I don't get frustrated. The only time I get frustrated is when I hear him talk about it, like his Rodney case. Like, you've clearly learned nothing. Shit, man. I don't know. I guess I'm all over the place with that. Yeah. Walking away from all of that, and that's where I guess, I don't know. 80%, no, 90%. I'm not turning over my shoulder to take a look. I'm just gonna watch, like, there's only, you know what, God's honest truth, there's only one channel that has anything to do with that nonsense that I watch. And I guess it's based off of that one outlet that I'll make a conclusion. I'll reach my own conclusion, and I'll decide if there's anything that I want to revisit and have fun with. But it has to be in the spirit of fun. Outside of that, though, I've made it clear. Stuck in the Middle. I am very excited. I have to call CanCon tomorrow. I think it's too late tonight, and ask him how he feels regarding this Saturday. I got to look at my own schedule. So CanCon, Cannabis Conservative, will be on Stuck in the Middle this coming weekend. If God, gives us that blessing. We know each other, professionally. We're friends. It's just a matter of making sure the time is there. So, and then my friend, and then my ex-girlfriend with the tarot stuff, which could be fun and neat. And then, yeah, then kind of this very open, Eli, choose your algo. Yeah, man. Well, Therein lies the problem. At least Stuck in the Middle is invested in its own algorithm, right? Me, I'm a wreck. But I don't promote this channel to be anything else. It is a reflection of my own mania and whatever happens to catch my attention in that moment. I do wish, I guess, and to some degree, I wish there was consistency on something I'm passionate about, but there's so much when it comes to like just my brain and everything, kind of with the electrodes slapping together and popping off. There's just so much. It's hard to condense it. I've never been one that can brand myself. Do I want to make a channel dedicated to comic books? Yeah. Do I want to get Jopan to help me edit them? Yeah. I think I could also do a great movie channel because I'm a wealth of knowledge. I am an encyclopedia when it comes to movies and internationally and nationally. Uh, sure. I don't know. I guess, well, you know what? It's a great thing to be a busy man with options than a not busy guy, with nothing to do and just kind of procrastinating. Been there, done that, wore the t shirt, can't do it no more than 2 months, or I go cuckoo, cuckoo. And then there's always the, yeah, what's up, Shep Dog? I forget if I said what's up to you. And then there's always that open panel that I kind of teased and never delivered. Sorry. Mr. President, Mr. Actions, Seafowls, Crump. I owe y'all an apology for that one. That's me in my own chaos, letting myself feel overwhelmed. There was shit that went down, though. I feel like anything comes off as an excuse. I made it clear something with a loved one happened that was important, and I don't owe anybody an explanation. I just felt bad for the timing. Dude, I'll edge like a okay? Take this. Olive Water. They're a sponsor. So we got aliens. We got the alpacas. No, the pakras. And I think we flirted with true crime. Any other topics or concepts? And then my ex girlfriend with the tarot readings. Anybody want to offer something? Strippers, man. Strippers and I go back. Jesus, I hear Cuomo in the background. After I said stripper, what the fuck? Grifter Watch. Oh, like Candace Owens, Jesse on Fire. Stuck in the Middle calls that Political, and I sincerely want to make shirts. Stuck in the Middle's Politicals, but then putting other images on there'd be some issue there. Is that sponsor like the fuck? Are they like humorously pushing that they are? I have not ever watched more than 40 seconds of them bitches show. Them bitches show? Those bitches show. Proper English. Shout out to King Solomon that came out of the blue to jump in my chat. Talk about how everybody should speak English. We all used to speak German and French, and we should teach everybody English and only speak English. Whatever that was about, King Solomon, we remember you. We remember you. I'm not going to say fondly or otherwise. We just, you're there. More like, Pitbull's in the house. What's good, Pitbulls? Yes, okay, just like the liquid does. Pitbulls, quick. I'm gonna throw a pitch at you. All right, get ready, and then you gotta throw it right back. What is a topic you would like to see discussed on Stuck in the Middle? This is no implication that there is a shortage. We have so many things. We got a backlog. But is there any particular channels like Hassan fucking Piker? I'd love to roast him. But when we kind of slipped him in the one of our last lives, I noticed kind of like a very very small minority had a negative reaction, and I understand that Hassan sucks. But yeah, just topic. We got what's up, Maxwell? Good to see you again, bro. Good to see you again. Let me know what you think or email regarding the rotation. An idea is I want to have like tryouts. People will be like assigned a topic for 10 minutes and try to just do what we do best. Try to add somewhat of a comedic take on things. Shade, I hope you're still here, bro. And I'm also looking for any topics that you'd like to see talked about on that show. And while there's a small amount of good ideas I haven't thought of, yeah, see, Hassan Piker is easy. He's easy work, easy target. I'm shocked he's not banned from Twitter yet, but he is the Glaze boy of Tim Clancy, Tom Clancy, the owner of Twitch. They should like. I'm not even talking about freedom of speech issues. I'm talking about the incitement, the literal quotes that come out of that man's mouth, the words that come out of his mouth, and the Houthi pirate and everything and anything, and abusing his dog. That's the hot button thing of the moment. But everything else that's followed up to his current point and existing on Twitter, making all that money he doesn't deserve, that man should be behind bars by now. But what do I know? So, EBT wars. I doesn't. We could talk. Okay, EBT wars. Have I missed some context here? I saw a post. So there appears to be an organic. I'd have to look into this. An organic-esque movement, maybe grassroots even, where I saw somebody on Boomer Book Facebook is trying to invite and create a group of people that are suffering from this lack of EBT access because of the shutdown, and they are trying to get people to, what is it, something to do with like food banks or making a list of things that are needed, and I don't know what comes after that. I bookmarked the page. I need to check it out. Any other context, I'm very interested. The government shutdown in and of itself, I don't think we've talked about that at any great length. I hear so many different interpretations. It really sounds like it should be damn simple. It's just when it comes to politics, you feel like when you have a firm grasp on something, sometimes it just feels like there's something more elaborate, more complex that you can't quite keep your hand on. It's like the goalpost gets moved. I'm confused between the Democrats and the Medicaid or Medicare expansion benefits, and so I think Joe Pon and we discussed some of this on the last show. I would like a better understanding of that. So there is that. Let's see. Lewis Rossman started it. All right, Mr. Beast. What the fridge? The immigrants taking over Europe. Okay, my ex in Canada. We had a nice talk before I went to work, and I told her what the outside perception is and what our media reports, or what the research that we can do independently here. And she is someone that would probably classify themselves as she says she's a leftist. She is a far leftist, but she acknowledges like the good things Trump does. She calls out a lot of shit. She's intriguing. She's human. She doesn't. But she also is. See, fellas, I think you and her are aligned here. I think a lot of us are aligned. We just don't acknowledge it. She just ultimately believes that the gatekeepers or the powers that be, at the end of the day, people that are high enough in the echelon, the hierarchy of politics, they're all getting paid by just about the same people. They're laughing all the way to the bank. The lower tier you go is where the fighting is, and then below that, we the people, we're the ones that are suffering from the consequences. They're all still getting bank. You think during a shutdown, those elected officials are not getting any amount of money? Shit. I hope nobody's been under that false pretense, because they don't miss a beat. They don't miss a check. They're benefactors. They're little glazers. Like all the, it's the literal legal. It's legal to. We have legal corruption in our political system. I remember being so disenfranchised when I was doing the reporting when I supported Bernie Sanders for the Stuck in the Middle show. I got so disenfranchised. What is up with everyone using the paperclip? I don't know, Joe Pon. What's up with that, man? Explain yourself. I think Joe Pon should be a whole 30-minute segment on Stuck in the Middle. Alright, alright. Well, let's see here. I think I just want to say thank you. Thank you, guys. I had a day at work. Mostly good, too. I enjoy the people that I work with. There's no, like, there's one person I feel like I gotta come at from, like, maybe a different angle and just remind them, like, I don't know what you're accustomed to around here. I'm not some jit or anything. Don't be treating me like I'm a fucking one of your students. You can treat me like an adult with some level of respect here. It gotta be like this. Overall, count my blessings, and I am very lucky to be among the people I am. I just doggone do not like the drive there. It sucks, and the drive back. It sucks. But no more wrong turns as of late. I was this close and started raining. So okay, no more comments, no more topics. All right, guys. So God bless you. Tuesday is the next Stuck in the Middle. Is 8:30 to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And by God, let's see if we can actually hit a Thursday goal. And I'm gonna go on my friends panel, and I'm keeping it hush hush. Y'all take care. I don't know. Did the chat freeze, or is like everybody just hanging on my every word? Somebody type any letter, because sometimes it does freeze. Is anybody else alive? Hello? Steve House. Pipples. Steven. Jopan. Somebody. Yeah, no, my chat's frozen. Alright, well, doses then. Be like that. Give me the silent treatment. I don't care. Psh. Alright, good night.